Welcome home, family and fellow citizens of the African Order. I'm here with another video, and the topic of this discussion is stuck in the middle because we want to be. The title of this episode comes from a blues song where it depicts the story of a married man who has a girlfriend. And because he's equally committed to both and lacks the integrity to make the decision one over the other, he's trying to figure out a way to keep both women in his bed. Well, 9 times out of 10, we already know how this is going to play out. And we also know that women are a lot smarter than a lot of guys think. And if a guy's being unfaithful, these women more likely know. And if they continue to play ignorant, this guy's going to continue this trend until either he get caught or the woman just can't take no more. Or she can make this guy make a decision. But the thing is, somebody got to make the call. And this is what brings me to the moral of this video. I was looking for some feelers for a job, and this guy was hiring for truck drivers. And when he asked me what was I making per hour, and when I told him, he told me that, oh no, I can't go anywhere near that. I could only pay $21 an hour. And I'm like, for a professional truck driver? The problem is this guy has a business and he has wages. And because he's equally committed to both, keeping his business profitable by keeping his wages as low as he can, a lot of black people find themselves stuck. And the only reason why you will stick a person in a professional truck at $21 an hour is if they are handicapped somehow. There's something preventing them from getting a job with a higher paying carrier. Fortunately, I don't have that problem. But like I said, a lot of my people do. And a lot of blacks has that problem because they're handicapped. They don't have no political, economic, or industrial strength. They don't have no unity that they can stand up and force this person to make the call. So no matter what he offers, we have nothing to counter. And see, whenever you have a person stuck in between one or the other, and you lack the moral integrity to make the decision, you end up losing everything. I remember myself, I wronged a woman. And when I wronged her, she left. And that scarred me for a very long time. I wasn't able to really apologize like I wanted to. I wasn't able to really make amends. I never seen her again. And it hurt me. But it also made me a better person. It made me appreciate what I have. And it made me a better man today. And I hate that it cost me the expense of this woman. But in the long run, it served its purpose. And I'm glad she had the strength and integrity not to give me another chance, because once you come back after you are wronged, the lesson may be forgotten and you may go back to going about your old ways. I say that to say this. Whenever I talk to my people about bettering or improving our way of life, I'm always confronted with somebody who want to still have white people in power. I say, after all the years of abuse that we suffer at the hands of these people, How can you possibly want to continue on with these people still making decisions over our way of life? It's not until whites are held accountable are they likely to change. If every time they do something wrong and you come back, they spat upon you and you come back, they beat you and you come back, they forget the incident and just go on like and nothing happened. You know, when was the last time whites were held accountable for their actions? When they enslaved our people, when they first came to this country and wiped out millions of buffalo just to starve the Indians off their land so they could occupy it. When we fought in their wars to help them obtain their independence. And then when they was injecting our soldiers with syphilis. And then just to watch the reaction. I could do a timeline of all the atrocities that whites have done. And not one time have they been held accountable for their action. It's not about making them sit in a corner for 5 minutes and then come back and reassume authority. They need to be separated from, removed from our existence. We need to be about building our own businesses, industries, institutions, and political influence so that when we do leave whites, we have a place to go and a governing body to oversee our essential needs. At no reason whatsoever should we return to this white authority, black submissive state. And it's not until white people have to sit back and think about their actions. Like I had to think about my actions when I had lost a beautiful sister just for being stupid. White people need to sit back and think about what they've done. But we must have the moral integrity, the moral strength to not weaken and go back and give them another chance. I remember I was watching this episode of Salem, and it was these town of witches, and they had summoned the devil, and he came in the form of a small child. And one of the witches had did something that the devil had punished her for. And he had chopped off her thumb. So later on when he seen her, and he noticed her thumb was perfectly healed. And he summoned her to him. So the lady was like, go ahead, hurry up, don't keep him waiting. She went to him, and he was like, remember what you did? And I had to punish you. And she's looking around, a little nervous, like, yeah. And he looked at her, and next thing you know, this guy took her thumb, put it in his mouth, and bit the tip right off. And the lady was like, just don't yell, don't scream, just take it. And he ripped her thumb right off. And he said, when you heal completely, the lesson is lost. When whites rape, when whites murder, when whites lynch, when whites enslave, when whites over police, over punish. When they do wrong, what's the first thing blacks do? They forgive. And then they turn right around and do the same thing all over again because the lesson for their actions was lost. It was lost in the forgiveness. We have to get beyond forgiving whites and let them suffer the consequences of their actions. But before I finish this video, let me say this. In order for us to do better for us, we cannot continue on in this. It just can't be. We have to be about building our own. Whatever we're doing right now today to put food on our table, to provide for our families, we can create a black alternative to take its place. Whatever we're not getting from this governing body, to equally share in political and economic advantages, to preserve and protect our way of life, we can create an alternative for that. We should not be in the business of forgiving whites just to make it through this world. We should be about the business of securing these factions and preserving our own, letting our children sit back and watch us develop this system. Let them know that this is going to be their inheritance. We're not going to no longer leave them debt and raggedy homes and having to beg somebody for every essential need. You know, I've done dozens of videos, and it all goes to empowering our people. This country has made plenty of promises, and they've had plenty of time to fulfill them. And we've been sitting back patiently waiting and forgiving and hoping that it would produce some fruit, and it just hasn't. They're going to continue doing to us what we allow them to do to us. We're not stuck in the middle. We're here because we want to be. Like I say, whatever they're doing for us, we can do for us. There's no law against that. There's no law saying that we have to work for whites to put food on our table. We have to work for whites to provide for our families. We have to work for whites to have a home and to feel safe and secure. We don't have to do this. And as long as we listening to these fools that we have up in leadership today, we're going to continue doing this. And I know you love them. I know you trust them. But ask yourself, do they love you? If the Al Sharptons, the Farrakhans, the Jesse Jacksons of the world really love its black following, will we still be in this condition 40, 50, 60 years listening to their rhetoric? Where's the fruit from their tree? It's time we stop listening to the people that we love and start listening to a leader that loves you. I'm going to end this video here. And if you like this video, please share it. And if you like the content, consider subscribing to this channel. And with this video, as with all my videos, it is for the complete liberation of my people. And I'll see you in my next message. Ashe.